Alright. I think I'm ready.
So the time has come. I have seen how well I can do in a fight against fast food mascots, and then cereal mascots. But you are probably wondering, but DPX, what about Chester Cheetah, the Kool-Aid Man, Mr. Peanut, or the M&Ms?
Well, dear viewer, that's what I'm ranking today. Because I've already done fast food mascots, I've already done cereal mascots, but now it's time for everyone else. And I do mean everyone else, or at least those that I remember. You know, some are forgettable and I didn't include them. But, you know, any candy mascot, any drink mascot, snack mascot, packaged food, you name it. If it's a mascot of a food brand or company or drink brand or company, most likely they're in this video.
Now, if you've seen the other 2 editions of this, you know the deal. If not, well, first we got Easy Clap, where I win, no questions asked. Break a Little Sweat, I win, but it's not like a foregone conclusion, but I do win. I might struggle a bit though. 50-50.
You know what that means.
I'm an underdog.
You know what that means.
And finally, I'm dead.
You know what that means. Alright, it's time to fight some food mascots. So we're gonna start off with everyone's favorite cheetah, Chester Cheetah, the mascot of Cheetos. Now, he's a cheetah. He can outrun the shit out of me, you know what I mean? But here's the thing. Normally he's, you know, gonna kill me. But have you ever played the game Chester Cheetah Too Cool for School? Because if you have, you'll know that this guy, especially for a cheetah, is really fucking slow. He's still a cheetah though. I'm not beating him, but I am an underdog. But it's now time for a deep cut. Already! Because Chester Cheetah wasn't always the Cheetos mascot.
You remember the Cheetos mouse? Shut the fuck up, no you don't.
Look, here's how a fight between me and that mouse would go. Pan down. Easy Clap. Now those were 2 Cheetos mascots. But what if I bring you guys over to an old mascot of another brand from Frito-Lay? That's right, it is now time for the old mascot of Fritos, the Frito Bandito. We're going crazy with the deep cuts today.
That's right, this is the Frito Bandito. And he doesn't just have a gun, he's got 2 guns. Yeah, I think I'm an underdog.
Now, there's no mascot for like Lay's potato chips, but there is a mascot for the other potato chip brand, Pringles, with Julius Pringle. He's just a head. I can't find anything about him where he's more than just a head, aside from like a Funko Pop that I found of him, where he has an actual body. So that's both a good thing and a bad thing. I don't know what he's capable of. So Julius Pringle goes into 50-50. Alright, it's candy time. Starting off with everyone's favorite candy mascots, the M&Ms. There's a lot of them. How am I going to do this? I didn't think this through.
Red, the all-round one. I do not mean literally, but he's pretty cocky and confident, but who am I kidding? He's a fucking M&M, easy clap. Yellow, he's a peanut M&M, so...
You know what, I think you all know how this is going to go.
Yellow is an easy clap. Sorry, J.K. Simmons. Green.
Look, I'm sorry, Green. You've been through a lot, especially in recent years when the people tried canceling you because of the shoes you were wearing. Easy clap. Brown. Oh, you're not going to cancel Brown, but you're going to cancel Green. Easy clap.
Blue. I got nothing to say. Easy clap. Purple.
Since when was there a purple M&M? You ain't going to hear from her anymore. Easy clap. Orange. Now, I do remember this one, but unfortunately, he's still an easy clap.
And lastly, I'm going to throw in the caramel square. And look, he gets bullied by his colleagues. He doesn't stand a chance against me.
Now we got all the M&Ms together. What, this is like an 8-on-1 scenario? And that's only assuming there's like one of each, you know? And I can see all of them really pissing me off, right? So I think they're gonna skip, break a little sweat, and end up in 50-50. I'm kidding, nah, they're just gonna go and break a little sweat. Now why not fight some more candy mascots, like the Sour Patch Kids? I'm not ranking these separately, that's just dumb, you know? At least with the M&Ms, it's like different characters, you know what I mean? This one, just, no, that's dumb. But there's a lot of them, so I'll break a little sweat. The Haribo Gummy Bear. Now, he's a bear. And normally I lose, but he seems like a friendly bear. 50-50. Mr. Owl, the mascot for Tootsie Pops. Now the question everybody asks is how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Well, studies show that it actually takes 364 licks. But I think the real question is, how many punches will it take for me to beat this owl? Well, don't fuck with owls. 50-50. Mr. Jelly Bean. He's a big ol' jelly bean. What else were you expecting? Break a little sweat. You know, I'd win, I'd beat him, but I can see him putting up a bit of a fight. Nerds! Now, just like the M&Ms and the Sour Patch Kids, there's a lot of them, so it should be a bit more difficult for me, right? Right? Wrong! There might be a lot of them, but they're all very tiny. Easy clap. Next up, the Dum Dum Drums. Hey Dum Dum, you are done. Easy fucking clap. Now we got the Airheads mascot. And what can I say? He's a balloon. Just pop it. Easy clap. The Warheads mascot. He's already distracted by the sourness of whatever is in his mouth. Plus he's a kid. Easy clap. Next up, we got a bit of a deep cut with Peter Pez, our obligatory clown in this video. You know what I mean? Some clowns are harmless, some clowns are deadly. But I don't know what he's capable of, but I think you can trust a clown a little bit less. You know what I mean? I'm an underdog. Now we got the Lemonheads. He's a mascot for Lemonheads. He's a lemon. You know how that fight would go? I'd pick him up. Probably have a bit of a sour taste in my mouth because I just, you bite into a lemon. But I'd still win. Easy clap. Next up, the Kinder Egg. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Humpty Dumpty, the Kinder Egg. I'm an underdog, but not fucking dead. Shaq! What, you didn't know he has his own candies? The Shackalicious gummies? Obviously, he's a candy mascot, which means I'm literally fighting Shaq and losing. Now we're almost done with the candy mascots, but let's take you guys over to Hershey.
Hershey doesn't have a typical mascot like the ones I've covered thus far, but have you ever been to Hershey Park? It's a theme park in Hershey, Pennsylvania that isn't really themed around Hershey's candies, but it kind of is. And I've refrained from fighting mascots that are just people in costumes, but it seems like these are actual characters, so a quick fire round. Starting off first with the Hershey bar himself. I take a bite and he's dead. The Hershey's Kiss. I put her in my mouth and now she's dead. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I take a bite, spit it out because I don't like nuts, but he's still dead. Twizzler. I take a bite and now she's dead. Icebreaker Mints. Put one in my mouth and torture him as I chew on him. And then the Jolly Rancher.
Now the Jolly Rancher, I don't know why, but I feel like he just has a better shot at beating me than the others, so break a little sweat. I'd say he had a great chance. That's all for the candy mascots. Unless you count raisins as candy. And if you do, well, Sun-Made Raisin Girl. I don't know what she can do. I'm not going to put her in Easy Clap, I will put her in Break a Little Sweat. But she's not the only Raisins mascot, as we now have the California Raisins. I mean, luckily they are just raisins. Now, I don't know if you count gum as candy. But if you do, I mean, Bazooka Joe is a child, and the Hubba Bubba Cowboy is a trained cowboy with guns. And now, it is time for the drink mascot. And we're gonna start with possibly the most famous one of all, the Kool-Aid Man. And I'm fucking dead. That's not happening. You see how he busts through walls? Now we got Pepsiman!
Does Pepsiman count? He's not really your typical mascot for Pepsi like these other mascots, only really being the star of his own game on the PS1, and also making a weird guest appearance in the Japanese version of the Sega Saturn fighting game Fighting Vipers. What? But I'm including Pepsiman on here because when you search Pepsi mascot on Google, come on now, it's Pepsiman. So how would I do in a fight against him?
He's like a fucking superhero, no way! So that was Pepsi's mascot. But what about their rival, Coca-Cola? Well, they have their polar bears, and I don't rate my chances against a fucking polar bear at all! And now we got another polar bear, this time the mascot of Icy. I'm fucking dead. What is it with these drink mascots and being able to kill me so easily? But the polar bear isn't the only icy mascot, as we also got the slush puppy, thankfully giving me an easier fight. Break a little sweat. What is it with these fucking videos and making me fight dogs? Now we got the mascot of Mr. Pibb. Mr. Pibb himself. Look at him. I feel like if I just got an eraser, he'd die. Easy clap. Quickie, the Nesquik mascot. He's a rabbit, but what type of rabbit? Are we talking Bugs Bunny? Are we talking the Tricks rabbit? Either way, I think break a little sweat for him. But we can't forget Punchy!
Punchy is the Hawaiian Punch mascot. Originally, he looked like this. Easy clap. But then they redesigned him years later to look more like a kid, and I'm only separating them because one looks like a kid, the other looks like a very small dude. But unfortunately, he's a child, so we're gonna have to move on from this real quick.
But what about 7-Up? Because they have a mascot, Cool Spot.
Kinda similar to Pepsiman, Cool Spot is really just a video game character. He's supposed to be the dot in the 7-Up logo. He ended up getting his own games such as Cool Spot, Spot the video game, and Spot Goes to Hollywood. The thing is though, if we're talking about fighting him, he's a red dot. Easy fucking clap.
And I included him because, you know, the same reason as Pepsiman. You know, you Google 7-Up mascot and Cool Spot shows up. Oh.
So it turns out 7-Up has an actual mascot aside from Cool Spot. The Fido Ditto? What? I'm leaving Cool Spot on the list because he got quite a few games. How many fucking games do you have, Fido Ditto? Huh? Dude, who the hell even are you? You're just some fucking guy, which is why he's a 50-50. I don't know what he's capable of.
The Capri Sun mascot exists. Did you know that? He's a Capri Sun. Easy clap. Now we got Elsie the cow, the mascot for Borden Dairy. Now I do remember when I did the fast food mascots and I covered the Chick-fil-A cow, I said I just tip it over and then I win, but I underestimated how difficult that would be. But then I can just get like a butcher knife and then I win. Break a little sweat. The Red Bull, or Red Bulls, plural? I don't know, they give you wings, but they don't give me the wings to fly away from this fight. So I'd actually have to do the fight and die. We also got Bongo the monkey, the mascot of Danimals.
Yeah, I mostly remember Danimals from the commercials. I never once had Danimals smoothies or yogurt as a kid, or like ever actually. Would you even consider this a drink mascot? Well, it is smoothies, so I mean, that's gotta be something. But it's a monkey, and when looking into what type of monkey Bongo the monkey is, he's a chimpanzee. In other words, it was nice knowing all of you.
And lastly, for the drink mascots, we got Captain Morgan. That's right, I'm including a beer mascot. Now he's a pirate with a gun and a sword. I'm unarmed. I'm gonna die. Okay, I think it's time to just go crazy, just to do everyone else. Starting with Mr. Peanut. He died. You guys remember that? He's fucking dead. Just to introduce Baby Nut. And now what has Baby Nut done since then? They're both an easy clap. Charlie the Sun-Kissed Tuna. Now, he's a fish. So, obviously this fight takes place out of water. But even if it took place in water, what are his chances, really? Easy clap. Finn the Goldfish. Another fish, another easy clap. Now we got the Jolly Green Giant. Looks like my streak is over. There's no chance of me beating the Jolly Green Giant. He's supposed to be 55 feet tall. Well, at least the statue in Minnesota is supposed to be that tall. I don't know about him specifically. The Keebler Elf. Now, he's short and old. Easy clap. The Chips Ahoy Cookie Guy. He's a cookie. Easy clap. The Pillsbury Doughboy, also known by his, actual name, Poppin' Fresh. Now, I will feel very bad for this, but he is an easy clap. Now it's time for none other than the mascot of Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's.
I think that's his name? I don't know. He might just be a beaver. Maybe he's a little out of place in this video. Maybe he would have fit better in the fast food video. But Buc-ee's is not a fast food place. It's a gas station. So how would I do against the mascot of my favorite gas station I've never been to because the closest one is 6 hours away from me?
Well, here's another question. How well can I do in a fight against a beaver? Well, it depends. Are we on land or are we in water? Well, I think, considering everything, I'm an underdog. The Vlastic Pickles Stork. Now, he's a stork, and he can fly, so it'll probably piss me off, but that's about it. That's all he's got going for him. Break a little sweat. Now we got the Lando Lakes Butter Maiden. Now, I don't know what she can do. I feel like the best bit of offense she has is placing butter on the floor and making me slip and fall and die, but maybe not die. I think I break a little sweat. Now we go from the Butter Maiden to Mrs. Buttersworth, who isn't a butter mascot. Technically isn't even really a character at all. She's just a bottle of syrup. Easy clap. And speaking of syrup mascots, Aunt Jemima. Now I am gonna feel really bad about this, so let's just move on from this really quickly. But we can't move on from that quite yet because we got an old one with Uncle Ben.
Moving on.
We got another old one with Chef Boyardee.
Now this man, he's probably just a normal guy who happens to be a chef, but I'm drawing the line here. I would not underestimate Chef Boyardee. In fact, I think he can kill me. Now we have Kid Cuisine, something of which I not only never had in my life, I actually didn't even know it existed until somewhat recently. Stupid much? Their mascot is KC Penguin, and he got a redesign in more recent years, and I hate it. I'm gonna rank both of them, and I feel both of them are break a little sweat.
Hey, did you guys know that Jack Link's Beef Jerky has a mascot? But who is it? Is it a slice of beef jerky with a face? Is it Jack Link himself? No, stupid! It's literally fucking Sasquatch! I'm gonna die! And now it's time for the Hostess Quickfire Round!
Starting off first, Twinkie the Kid, the first of the Hostess mascots, as we're doing. He's a Twinkie, and not in the derogatory way, he literally is a Twinkie, but with a gun. I'd win, but he won't go down without a fight. The second of our Hostess mascots, Captain Cupcake. Now this one, he's a lot easier than Twinkie the Kid, as he's a cupcake, and that's it. Easy clap. There's more Hostess mascots, but not all of them are worth mentioning, but one more that is, though, is Fruit Pie the Magician.
And now for my next trick, I will put him in 50-50, because I can probably beat him, but I don't know what tricks he's got up his sleeve.
Now we got the mascot for Hamburger Helper, Lefty, the Glove. Now I don't know if you've seen how I would do against fast food mascots, but when we got to the Arby's Oven Mitt, I came to the conclusion that it's the easiest of easy claps. So, Lefty from Hamburger Helper, sorry, but you're also an easy clap. The Cheezosaurus Rex, the mascot of Kraft Mac and Cheese. Now, he's a dinosaur. He's made out of cheese, so he might be a little fragile, but he's still gonna beat me because he's a dinosaur. I'm an underdog.
Now we got Miss Chiquita, the mascot of Chiquita Banana. Now, I don't know, I don't know anything about her. Who knows, she could have like a 43 Magnum revolver, she can be a 9th degree black belt, a 10th degree black belt, an 11th degree black belt. I don't even know if there are that many degrees, or she can have no shot against me. So, because I don't know, 50-50. The mascot of Red Baron Pizza. I don't know his name. I don't even think he has a name. I'm gonna put him in 50-50 because I don't know what he can do.
Now it's time for the cheese mascots, starting with the Laughing Cow. How do we have another cow in this video? Well, I'll just put this one in the same tier as the last cow and break a little sweat. Next up in the cheese round, oh wait, that was the only one.
Horatio the Bumblebee, you know, the mascot for Bumblebee Seafood? I feel like I always fight a bee in these videos, and it always goes the same way. They sting me, and then they die! Easy clap! And that might have been one seafood mascot, but there's another! The fisherman from Gorton's! Hey look, I actually like Gorton's fish sticks, those are pretty cool, those are good, but no disrespect, I don't think the fisherman beats me in a fight. Break a little sweat. Now we got some rather unconventional food mascots, you know, they definitely count, but probably not who you would expect me to include in this video. Starting with the Umbrella Girl from Morton Salt. Salt counts as food, right? She's a child. Her only weapon against me is an umbrella. Make sure she doesn't open it up indoors. Easy clap. Now we got the Gerber Baby, the mascot for Gerber Baby Food. It's still a food mascot. Now here's the thing. We got a baby, but she's been around long enough to where she's now old enough to be an elderly woman. So, either way, easy clap and an easy trip to jail for me.
But upon researching this, turns out there's a competition running for who gets to be the next Gerber baby. And it seems like they're doing this like every couple years, because it seems like back in 2024, this 1-year-old, Sonny, actually became the new Gerber baby, which means I'm not gonna rank him. What are you, insane?
Okay, we've made it to the end, but we still got one more food mascot to fight. And that is Morris the cat. When did I say it had to be human food? Now here's the thing. I'm allergic to cats. What I'm not allergic to is being way bigger than the cat. Easy clap. And that is what food mascots I can beat in a fight. Food mascots as in like snack mascots, candy mascots, drink mascots, packaged foods, you name it. Fucking salt, baby food, cat food. I don't care. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm done.